All right, Ramon, what's going on?
What's up, Anthony?
Hey, ain't not too much.
I'm gonna start with in order of least importance.
Uh,
Um, I saw this hilarious. I don't know if it's hilarious. It's kind of disturbing a bit, but the New York Post shared this video on Facebook of this woman who's doing like some sort of spirit thing with her menstrual blood all over her face, and uh, and then right under that in my feed was another woman in Ukraine. Slightly better idea. She was lifting her skirt on the subway in order to bring attention to sexual harassment on public transportation.
wow.
So I guess there's one area where you can see that, Ukrainian women are a little smarter than women in Australia, which is where the other video took place.
right.
But uh, you know, I think it's pretty surreal that you have a woman like Ayaan Hirsi Ali who gets harassed all the time because she speaks out against Islamic sexism and discrimination and child abuse and sexual abuse, and yet these women call themselves feminists for lifting their skirt on the subway. So, I mean, I want to hear your opinion for like on that one topic. Do you think like it's productive for non-feminists to publicize that in order to mock it because it just gives them more attention?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that myself personally. I just wouldn't be. I don't know. Like when you say publicize, what you mean like engage in these crazy stunts like on the subway and the smearing of the blood or whatever? Is
I,
that?
I mean like even sharing it on your feed.
I mean, I probably wouldn't share it here. I mean, it just depends on the situation. If it's like a hot news story, then I might cover it. But I'm not really going to be really anxious to find stories like that. It's a lot of stories like that that are out there, but I'm not really anxious to find it. If it's something that's really like impactful, maybe. But beyond that, no.
Yeah, at least now we can say that women can't hold jackass over the heads of men as men being idiots because they've already surpassed it. Because by the way, I love that show. I wish I don't know if it's still running, but I could really use a few of those videos with Steve-O.
Right.
Anyway, so like I already shared on the super chat, I just interviewed about an hour ago Gary Byrne from the U.S. Secret Service. Uh, so I want to say to any creators out there, he's perfectly willing to go onto your YouTube channel and discuss his experiences working under three presidents, uh, Bush, Clinton, and Bush the sequel. And there were plenty of great moments. The only topic he does not share, by the way, in case you're interested or anybody else, is talking about Chelsea Clinton out of principle.
Okay.
But he's very open to it. I happen to have read both of his books, so maybe it was like, you know, I can't assume every YouTuber would be interested in that, but I've been contacting a lot of them, and I hope that I get some responses. Um, I did want to talk a little about this whole situation with Michael Wolff from a journalistic perspective, because I know, I mean, technically, Anthony, you're now, uh, I don't know if you're like an official journalist, but you might as well be because you report on the news and then you comment on it.
Yeah,
But
they don't want to call me a journalist. I've been interviewed by news media before, like off television. I try to tell them my title. They be trying to like, oh no, you're not really that. So they don't really want to call me a journalist because they think that maybe I don't deserve it because I didn't go through what they went through. But basically, that's what I am.
well, I think you should talk a little more about that in the future because if you think about it, the big journalists who came, if you go back to Jonathan Swift in England in the 1700s, all the way through, the modern era, they didn't ask for like a license to report on the news.
Right.
They went and found a story and they wrote about it, and some people and I watch your videos. You do a fairly good job of not talking about stuff that you don't know, and getting into issues of accusations and people people coming back with libel or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
And it's the same thing with these two books that I was talking about, but never mind that. But think about it this way. The entire U.S. media is talking about this Michael Wolff book, but they ignore WikiLeaks. So you're talking about a man who is claiming through hearsay that he knows all of these things that happen between Bannon and Trump and Conway and Ivanka Trump and Kushner and whoever. He's claiming, and it's been repeatedly stated numerous times that you can't verify the vast majority of things he's talking about. And the same thing with the Fusion GPS dossier. And the same thing with the career of David Brock, who is basically Hillary Clinton's lapdog. So they hold these people out as members of the respectable media, and yet they ignore Julian Assange, who you know you can choose not to like him, but he publishes full documents, and doesn't he doesn't tamper with them, and he's not. It's not like he's publishing his opinion. He's furnishing documents that are leaked, or if you want to call it hacked, I guess. But then you have to prove that as a journalist. But
yes.
And then people like this guy Gary Byrne, or other people like Gary Aldrich, or you know, law enforcement agents, Larry Patterson, who was an Arkansas state trooper, they claim, oh, those people, that they don't have proper access to the White House. They're really overplaying their role in the issue. They don't say anything like that about Robert Mueller. They never impugn his integrity or his character. And it's a huge. I mean, it's not even a double standard. It's such a selection of morality that I think, you know, why should they criticize RT anymore? Why should they criticize, you know, even websites I hate like Mint Press, which I think sucks.
Right.
But I mean, the standard has gone to the toilet, and there's no and you know, I try to like provide you know, the best sourcing I can in case people come on and troll me. I don't have that big of a following yet, but I think people have to start looking at it, because that's how this whole Me Too nonsense happened with the mattress girl and the rape at the University of Virginia that never happened. It's journalists who call themselves journalists because they have accreditation and they have press passes and they have their nice scarf that they bought at the North Face store because you know they have an in with Rolling Stone, but right. they can't actually report on the facts. And you know, I think that we're, you know, the audience here. I think I started listening to your channel about a year and a half ago, and Lionel Nation's channel, and it's given me the, you know, I guess the example to follow of you know, you can go work on a story, you can go share it with people and comment on it. You don't have to have a press pass, and you know, you don't have to be one of these people that chases the gateway pundit out of the White House press corps room. I think anybody who's out there watching right now can start doing the exact same thing, and that's why this whole thing is so potent, and why they are trying to shut it down on Twitter and YouTube. That's right. I'm with you 100%. So anyway, I hope you do take a look at that video and consider, you know, hosting Burn. But I'll let you get back to the other calls, and have a great night. Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you. All right. Have a good night.